They say the game is evolving. They say the game is changing. They say the game is global. Well, all that is true. And let me tell you who the game is evolving, changing around, and is becoming global and dominant for. The international players, they doing their thing right now. The last 4 MVPs of the league. The Joker twice, Giannis twice. I forgot. Embiid almost won because Embiid and the Joker, 2 international players. Last 4 years, all of them have been international players. And when we talk about international players, the top 4 leading scorers thus far in the NBA, all international players. Why has the game become so good and so great for the international players? And what's happening with the United States? Can y'all tell me what's happening with all United States players? Well, let me tell you what's happening. In the international space, there's no NC2A. In the United States, we got NC2A. Now, what does that mean? That means when we talk about the college players, they play 3, 4 years, okay, 6 months in college. Okay, sometimes 2. But internationally, there's no college. So those players are playing at 16, some at 15. They're playing against men. So the experience that they are getting internationally, we said we wanted to globalize the game. Well, now that the game is global, guess what? Those guys have taken over. We got the Olympics coming up in Paris. The French team, they got this dude Victor where your mama at, or Victor Wam. I can't say his last name. Victor gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft. I can't even describe him. 7'2", 7'3", 7'4", 7'5", 7'6". You know, shaking between the legs, finger rolling it like George Gervin, slam dunking it. He is going to change the face of the NBA. So Victor Wembanyama, let it be known. So again, what is happening to the players in the United States? Well, first of all, in the United States right now, it's pay to play. Say that one more time. It's pay to play. What used to be free, basketball used to be free for young players here in the United States. And somewhere they changed it and they said the game is supposed to be sold, not told. Time out. I grew up, most of us grew up in our generation, old heads. The game was told, not sold. Knowledge. We passed on knowledge to each other and it was free. We taught the younger generation how to play. Now everybody has to pay to play. Personal trainers, you get massage, you get skill, you get breakdown. You don't play with your teammates, you don't learn none of that. The Giannis story, the hard luck story, where he grew up playing, walking around, trying to find places to play. Well, guess what? It don't happen in the United States anymore. So that's what's happening in the global game. The global game here in the United States, the international players have come, basically say they done took over. That's my take. Let it be known. So the international players, when we talk about them, you know, they were few and far between when I was coming up, when I was playing. You really did have to go overseas to play against some of the great international players. But then a few of them made it here to the NBA. Sabonis, you're talking about somebody who could pass. I mean, everybody talked about his passing, right? I mean, not only was he a great passer, but guess what? He could shoot the 3. And before he got really big, he had handle, he could put it on the floor, he can drop dimes, he was tough. They talk about the Euro step. Okay, Marshallonis, I think he brought the Euro to the NBA before the Euro was calling it the Euro step. Number 13, I mean, he had big arms. I mean, just walk out on the But he had the Euro, but his Euro was like, get out of my way. If you don't get out of my way, you're gonna get an elbow to the face. That was Sabonis. And then you had Petrovic, with the sweet jab. Just beautiful. Come off screen, catch it, knock it down. I mean, just automatic. Boom, 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 boom. And then the German, I know everybody's thinking about Dirk, but before Dirk, there was Detlef Schrempf. Go back and get some highlights of Detlef Schrempf. Dunking on everybody, finger rolling it, shaking you, shooting the J, falling back, pointing at you. He was cold. That was cold. But the one that I really liked the most, I'm glad I didn't get a chance to play against him, but I loved watching him play. Especially when he was over in Croatia before they split. That Croatian team, Vladi, Tony Kukoc. When Tony Kukoc came over here, Tony was cold. I mean, cold. Left-handed, shoot the three. They called him a 6'11" Magic Johnson. Tony Kukoc was so cold, and he was left-handed. He shake you, shoot the three. Then he had post-up game. Yeah, he played with that Bulls team that went like 79-1 or 79-3. They just won everything for a long time. Tony Kukoc was on that team. Let it be known,